welcome. We are going to actually start practice today standing at the tops of our mats. Today's going to be working into the shoulders. So a little bit of strength, lots of stretching as always. If you prefer to sit or lay down for the opening, if that's your personal preference, by all means feel free to do so. We are going to start, or I'm going to guide at least, standing at the tops of our mats. So find what works in your body today. If you want to be more restful, then obviously sit down or lay down. So as you're standing, take a look down. Make sure that your feet are hips distance or slightly wider, just so you have a nice grounded stance for our opening together. And then hands can either just kind of be hanging by the sides, palms can face up in Hasta Mudra, or maybe palms just come to touch prayer hands at heart center. So again, find what feels natural, find something that you can effortlessly hold for the next couple of moments as we begin our practice together. And once you find a nice, comfortable standing posture, if you choose to be standing with me, gently draw the eyes closed. We'll take the next couple of moments to truly allow ourselves to arrive here and now. Maybe you gently shift your weight forward and back, just feeling into the connection of the ground beneath your feet. Notice how it feels to just slightly rock forward and back, feeling into the feet, to the connection to the ground, to the support beneath you. Eventually, shorten the rocks, slow down until you come to a nice standing posture with the hips over the ankles. Allow the legs to soften, introducing just a small, slight micro bend to the knees. Soften your back body. Relax the belly and the chest. Allow the arms to relax and the hands to soften. Effortlessly lift the chin so it's about parallel with the ground beneath you. Relax the face, soften your jaw. And relax the top of the head along with the back. Take a couple moments just to notice how your body feels right now. Begin to direct your awareness inwards. Navigate to feeling the inhales and the exhales in your body. So maybe you direct your awareness to the nostrils, the chest, the belly, or anywhere else that you feel the breath strongly. And as you begin to anchor the mind in the feeling of the breath, let all the week that has happened dissolve into the background of your mind. And let go of the future as well, the thoughts that we have around what's yet to come. Allow those to dissipate, allowing you to truly melt into the feeling of the breath, to coming to the present moment here and now. Take a couple full rounds of breath, just allowing yourself to be with the inhales and the exhales. And as you're here, possibly bring to your awareness a dedication for your practice today. Come up with the why you're here. Maybe it's to cultivate a certain state within. Maybe it's for your health. Maybe you're sending positive energy to someone close to you or someone distant. Come up with your reason for practice today. If your arms are anywhere then besides your side body, on your next exhale, just allow the hands to float down by your sides. And eventually draw the eyes open and find somewhere to look on the ground ahead of you. So continue to feel the inhales and exhales in your body. Soften the gaze. So rather than gripping at one point, stay with the gaze inwards. Feel yourself breathe. Whenever your next inhale arises, gently sweep the hands up overhead. Once they're shoulder distance, pause, exhale, bend your left elbow so the left hand comes behind the head, pointing down towards the ground. And then from here, you're going to grasp the right hand and grab a hold of that left elbow. So if this feels like enough of a stretch, you're going to stay right here. If you want to go a tad bit further, on your next exhale, just begin to pull the left elbow toward the midline, and maybe you add a little bit of tilt of the upper body towards the side. So adding just a gentle side stretch. You should feel a nice stretch on the outside of that left arm, possibly the shoulder as well. Keep those shoulders relaxed down the back body, and rather than tucking the chin in towards the chest, try to keep the chin lifted and the arms pulling back. Great job. Let's take one more big breath. On your next inhale, come back up to center. Both hands reach up. On the exhale, bend the right elbow. Hand comes towards the back of the head. And then grasp around that right elbow with the left hand. Pause here. Inhale. And then if you want to go a little bit further on your exhale, tilt it on over just slightly toward the left hand side. Pause here for a couple breaths. Notice what you feel. Breathe into the shoulders. Soften your jaw and relax the shoulders down the back body. 2 more big breaths here. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Inhale, come on back up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands float down by the sides, nice and slow. On your next inhale, hands come out in front of you, and we're going to give ourselves a nice hug. So stack the right elbow on top of the left, and then grab a hold of your shoulders. So you can either just grab a hold or maybe inch the fingers along the back body. Find where this works in your shoulders. Relax those shoulders down the back body. Keep the elbows lifted. Now we're going to add a version of a side stretch here. So big inhale. On your exhale, begin to round the upper body. So elbows point down to the mat. And then we're going to add a little pivot of the spine. So imagine like you want to point your elbows to the top left corner of your mat. It's just a slight little rotation. But when you do this, you should feel a nice stretch in the left or right shoulder blade. Yeah. So the inside/outside of your right shoulder blade. Pause here for a couple big breaths, and you can play around with the angle. But find somewhere where you feel a nice stretch on the right-hand side. And breathe into it. So keep your mind on what you feel. Let everything else go and stay with the body. 2 more big breaths. You got it. 1 more big breath. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, arms come down. We're going to go straight to the other side now. So inhale, hands come forward. We're crossing with the left elbow on top now. Give yourself a nice hug. Keep those elbows lifted, shoulders relaxed down the back body. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to add that little stretch, you're going to slightly curve forward. So round the upper back, elbows point down towards the mat, and then slight pivot. So elbows point now toward the top right corner of your mat. So again, this is a very subtle movement that should get you to feel a nice stretch now on the left shoulder blade. Again, you can play around with kind of where your arms fall in space if you're not feeling much. But keep those elbows lifted and shoulders relaxing down the back body. Breathe into the upper back. So inhales, puff up the space between the shoulder blades on the back body. Exhales, relax it. 2 more big breaths. You're doing an awesome job. 1 more big breath. Perfect. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, relax the arms down by your sides. And just pause here for a moment. If you need to give yourself a little shimmy of the shoulders, feel free to do so. Close the eyes and just notice what you feel. Bring your awareness to the upper back, specifically the shoulder blades, the shoulders. Take some big cleansing breaths, just breathing into what you feel around that area right now. On your next inhale, gently peel the eyes open and sweep your hands out and around, palms touch at the top. Exhale, bow down to your mat. Feel free to bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, step only your left foot back behind you. Drop the knee down. Inhale, hands sweep up, find your balance. As we do so, right hand grasps around the left wrist. So we're coming into a bind, looking like that. On your exhale, we're going to peel over toward the right-hand side. So just like what we did in that side stretch, the first one we did of class, but now our hands are in a different position. Pause here for a couple of big breaths. Keep those shoulders relaxing down away from the ears. Press down through that front right heel and the back knee. So the legs stay active, low belly sucks in. Breathe to the left side. 1 more big breath. Awesome. Inhale, come up to center, palms touch. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Step that foot back behind you. Now it's your choice here if you want to keep the knees on the ground or lift them up. Big inhale once you're in plank pose, and then exhale, lower yourself down towards the mat. Inhale, rise up, low cobra, peel the heart up. Exhale, curl the toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to pause here for about 5 big breaths. This is the first down dog of class, so feel free to pedal out the feet, bend the knees, shift the weight forward and back, side to side. Just wake up the body a bit, find what feels good. 2 more big breaths here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Remember to breathe. Alrighty, on your next inhale, step only your left foot up between your hands. Same stretch other side. So exhale, back knee comes down. Inhale, hands come up. This time, left hand grasps around the right wrist. And on your exhale, peel it on over toward the left hand side. Try your best to keep those shoulder blades pulling down the back body. Lots of space around the ears. Press down through that front left heel. Back knee presses down. Legs are active as the low belly pulls in. Couple more big breaths. Breathe into the right side body here. Relax your jaw, soften your gaze. Beautiful. 1 more big breath here. Awesome. Inhale, come up to center, palms touch. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Now on your next inhale, pop on up to the front of your mat. Rise up halfway once you get there. Exhale, fold to the feet. Inhale, hands sweep out and around as you rise up to standing, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center, then down by the sides. Great job, everyone. Inhale, big sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Same thing on your exhale, left foot steps back, drop the knee down. Inhale, hands come up, sweep out and around. Palms touch at the top. Now we're going to move to cactus arms. So on your exhale, bend the arms to 90-degree angle. You're going to look like that. Pause here. Breathe deeply, and we're going to add a little bit of a flow, some movement here. Big inhale. On your exhale, bring the elbows towards touching in front of you and expand the shoulders along the back body. Inhale, open up, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. Squeeze those shoulders towards each other on the back. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. Let's do 1 more. Exhale, round. Squeeze those elbows towards each other. Inhale, open up. Shoulder blades squeeze. Exhale, hands come down by the sides. Inhale, hands sweep up, palms touch. Exhale, hands come down, frame the front foot, bring that knee behind you. Your choice whether you lift the knees or not. Big inhale once you're in plank. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, low cobra. Maybe it's an up dog, lifting the knees up off the ground. Exhale, curl the toes under, press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Your choice if you want to continue to add movement here. Maybe you make your way to a stagnant downward facing dog, really pressing the palms in towards the ground, driving the heels down. We got about 3 more big breaths here. Imagine as though your inner upper arms are rolling out and away from the ears, expanding the shoulder blades along the back body. 1 more big breath, you got it. Beautiful. Inhale, step your left foot up now between your hands. Exhale, back knee drops down. Inhale, sweep it on up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, cactus arms. Pause here for a moment. Take a big breath or 2, and we're going to add that same kind of chest press type flow here. Big inhale. Exhale, elbows come in towards each other. Spread the shoulders on the back body. Inhale, shoulder blades pull towards each other. Exhale, rounding elbow squeeze. Inhale, open up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, round, squeeze the elbows towards each other. Inhale, open up, pull those shoulder blades towards each other. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale, open up. Beautiful. Exhale, hands come by the sides. Inhale, sweep it on up, palms touch. Exhale, hands come down, frame that front foot coming up to the top of your mat. So on the next inhale, pop it on up. Rise up halfway, exhale and fold. Inhale all the way up, hands sweep out and around as you rise, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center, down by the sides. Beautiful job, everybody. Inhale, sweep it on up, palms touch. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, step both of your feet back now, plank pose, and then lower your knees down towards the mat. So we're coming into tabletop position here, hands and knees. So take a look down, make sure the wrists are directly under the shoulders and your knees are hips distance apart. Your toes can be curled or uncurled behind you, just whatever feels good. We're gonna work into the shoulders here, and then if you need to watch me, feel free to do so. But it's kind of like cat-cow, kind of not. So what we're going to do on our inhale is press the ground away all we can through our palms. And then you'll notice as you do this, the chest will lift and the shoulders will expand on the back body. On your exhale, you'll just kind of relax down. So if you need to watch me, feel free to do so. It's a subtle movement. So let's try that again. Inhale, press the ground away. You'll feel the shoulder girdle lift. Yeah, exhale, lower. Let's do about 3 more. Inhale, press the ground away. Breathe into the shoulder blades. Exhale, relax. 2 more, you got it. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, soften. 1 more, beautiful job. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, soften, awesome job. Alrighty, on your next inhale, either keep those knees down or curl the toes under, plank pose, lift the knees. Exhale, lower yourself towards the mat. Inhale, low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, press those hips on back, down dog. Pause here, again, we'll be here for about 5 big breaths. Notice where your mind is at, notice what you're feeling right now. Come back to the body. Breathe to the low belly. Press the knees, the thighs towards the wall behind you and slightly lift the tailbone to exaggerate that stretch on the backs of the legs. Palms press down as the fingertips claw the mat, low belly pulls in. 1 more full round of breath. On your next inhale, either step, hop, or walk the feet up between the hands. When you get to the top of your mat, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, fold on down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Sweep the hands out and around, palms touch. Exhale, prayer, hands to heart center. Pause here, gently draw the eyes closed. Take a couple moments to simply tune back in. Notice how you're feeling, maybe check out the shoulders. We're working heavily into those shoulders today, so just notice how they're feeling. And maybe reconnect with your dedication for your practice. Find your way back to feeling your breath if you've lost that connection. Deepen every inhale and exhale. Come back to here and now. Gently begin to peel the eyes open. And on an exhale, hands come down by the sides. You're doing an awesome job so far. We're going to make our way to chair pose next. 2 options for the feet. The big toes can touch with the heels slightly splaying behind you, or the feet can be hips distance. So find what feels good in your body today. And then from here, on your next inhale, sink the booty back, hands sweep up. So pause here, take a look down. Can you see your toes? If not, that means your knees are forward of the toes. So pull the knees on back so those knees are directly over the ankles and you can see all 10 of your toes. Low belly pulls in as the tailbone points towards the back edge of your mat. Big breath, and we're gonna add, of course, some shoulder work here. So on your exhale, cactus arms again. So just like we did when we were in that low lunge. Exhale, big inhale here. Let's do those chest presses. So exhale, elbows come in, shoulders spread on the back. Inhale, open up, squeeze the shoulders on the back body. 4 more. Exhale, elbows in. Inhale, open up, keep pulling that low belly in. Exhale, shoulders in, or elbows in. Inhale, open up. 2 more. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Last one. Exhale, round. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, hands come down by the sides. Inhale, hands come up, palms touch. Exhale, fold down, straighten those legs as you tilt your body forward. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, step your feet on back, plank pose. Big inhale here. Exhale, either lower yourself all the way or only halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it on back, down dog. Alrighty, take a big breath here. On your next inhale, step your right foot up between your hands. Now pause here. We're gonna move to high lunge legs. If this feels like too much, feel free to set that back knee down. Step your left hand just off your mat here. We're gonna do shoulder circles. So inhale, right hand lifts up towards the sky and then reaches back. Exhale, the hand comes down and forward. So big circles. Inhale, reach up and back. You can follow the hand with your eyes for neck stretches as well. Exhale, down and around. Inhale, come on up and back. Working into the shoulder joint here. Exhale, down and around. Pause once you hit the top of this one. We're going to switch directions. Big inhale, come forward and down. Exhale and around. Follow your own breath. Do about 2 more. Inhaling forward and down. Exhaling, lifting up and back. 1 more time. Follow your breath. All right, we'll meet up, reaching those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Step that left hand back in. Big inhale here. Maybe you reach the heart forward. On your exhale, step that front foot back and lower yourself towards the mat, either halfway or all the way down. Inhale, rise, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it on back, down dog. Take a big breath here. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So on your next inhale, step your left foot up between your hands. Pause here. You decide whether that back knee is up off the ground or not. And then we're going to bring the right hand off the mat. Inhale, left hand sweeps up. Now as you're here, keep that left knee directly over the left ankle, and then begin your circles at your own pace. So we'll inhale, down and back. Exhale, up. Follow your breath, just draw big circles, work into that shoulder joint. Do about 1 more round in this direction, and then we'll switch. If your back knee is lifted, keep pressing it up away from the ground. And then switch directions, exhaling down, inhaling out and around. Really work work into the shoulder. Follow your breath and do about one more round. Once you've completed about 3 in each rotation, we'll meet with the fingertips lifting up. On an exhale, hand comes down, bring that right hand in a bit. Inhale, maybe you pull the heart forward, and then exhale, plank pose. Step it on back, lower yourself towards the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, press it on back, downward facing dog. 5 big breaths in your down dog. Whew. Come back to center, find your way to feeling the breath. Notice where you're at right now. Drive those heels down, knees pressed towards the back of the room. 2 more full breaths, you got it. 1 more big breath. Alrighty, on your next inhale, either hop or step those feet up between the hands. Rise up halfway when you get to the top of your mat. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, chair pose. So bend the knees, sweep the hands up, pause. We're gonna be here for a couple of rounds of breath. So again, make sure you can see your toes underneath you. Low belly pulls in, tailbone points towards the back edge of your mat. Big inhale here. On your exhale, hands come out to a T shape with the palms facing up. So you're gonna look like that. Pause here for a couple breaths. We're gonna add a little movement. If this feels like enough for you, you're gonna stay right here. If you wanna move a little bit further with me, take a big inhale. Exhale, fingers come in towards the shoulders. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tap it in. Keep that booty sinking down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tap it in. Inhale, open up. Follow your own breath. We're gonna be here for about 20 more seconds. Try to keep the elbows on the same plane, the same level as the shoulders here, all right? Doing good. Holding just for a little bit longer. You got it. Stay with the pace of your breath. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, pulling it on in. Doing about 5 more rounds. Can you sink a little deeper into those hips? Booty sinks down. Alrighty, 1 more big round. On your next exhale, let those hands come down by the sides. Inhale, come up to stand, straighten the legs, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands into heart center, close those beautiful eyes. Notice where you're at, how you're feeling. Maybe you feel the heartbeat in the chest. We're working through a bit of a stronger flow today, so just notice where your mind is at in such a flow. Maybe with working into the muscles more and stronger postures, how does that feel in your body? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Come back to your beautiful breath, feeling the inhales and exhales. Make your way back towards center within. Gently peel the eyes open when you feel ready and allow the hands to float by your sides on an exhale. Inhale, hands sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, plant your hands and step your feet back behind you. Plank pose. Now we're going to pause in plank pose for a moment. Your choice. Knees can be up off the ground or down on the ground. If they're on the ground, make sure the knees are slightly behind the hips, all right? So we're going to do exactly what we did in tabletop with pressing the ground away and then relaxing, but in plank pose. We're going to do 8 rounds. If at any point you need to lower the knees or come out, feel free to do so. Specifically, press the pads of the fingers, the upper part of the hand, down into the mat to relieve the wrists. All right, let's get started. Enough talking. Big inhale, press the ground away, expand the shoulders on the back body. Exhale, soften. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, soften. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, soften. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, soften. We're halfway there. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, relax. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, relax. 2 more, you got it. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, soften. Last one. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, soften. Big inhale here. Exhale, lower yourself towards the mat. Inhale, low cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to a well-deserved child's pose. So big toes touch, knees spread wide, sink those hips back to the heels. Pause here for a couple breaths. Notice how you're feeling. Check out those shoulders. Notice what they're feeling right now. And breathe into them. We'll move into a gentle shoulder stretch here. So whenever your next inhale arises, bring the hands up. So you're going to bend the elbows, and then the palms are going to touch in prayer hands. You'll lift them up behind the head or just in the sky somewhere. Now, if you don't feel much, you may want to gently kind of inch or shimmy the elbows a little bit more forward, and then allow your chest and head to sink down. Should feel a nice stretch in the tricep, the upper arm. Breathe here. If this doesn't feel good for you, by all means, feel free to just go into normal child's pose. Breathe into the upper back. Inhales, expand the shoulders. Exhale, soften you down. Relax the jaw. Take a couple more big cleansing breaths here. Just letting your body soften and relax. If your hands are in prayer hands, you can gently bring them back down to the mat and take a big breath or two in a neutral child's pose. Whenever your next inhale arises, gently begin to walk the hands back towards you until you're sitting up on the heels, and then gently bring the knees in so they're direct extensions of the hip points. Close your eyes, rest the hands on the thighs, and yet again come back to feeling the breath. Take some big breaths. Notice where your mind is at. Reel it back in towards the breath. Take another big breath or two, just feeling your body, how it feels to be alive right now. When you're ready, gently draw the eyes open and then shift your hips over toward the right-hand side, legs swing out and around towards the left, and then inch yourself on forward. We're going to lay down next, so give yourself some space to lay down. On an inhale, hands reach out in front of you. Exhale, slowly roll on down. Hands come down by the sides, and then on your next inhale, step the feet in towards you. Feet will be about hips distance with the heels in towards your bottom. And then we're going to work through some bridge pose or postures here. So on your next inhale, lift up the shoulders, inch the shoulders down the back body. Exhale, set the shoulders back down, creating space around the ears. So lots of variations we can go to here. Let's start just with our first one, neutral bridge pose. So when your next inhale arises, press through the heels, lift the hips up off the ground, pause here. So keep the chin lifted up off the chest presses towards the chin. Imagine that there's a block between your knees that you're trying to squeeze to keep there. Couple more big breaths here. If you want to move to our next variation, you'll clasp the hands under the low back, maybe inch the shoulders towards each other, just like we did when in the cactus arms, you're pulling the shoulder blades towards each other. Couple more big breaths here. Keep the back of the head pressing down into the mat. One more big breath. Now, if you want to try it out, on your next exhale, if your hands are bound, maybe you begin to lower the hips and then set the booty down on the wrists. If this does not check out for you and does not feel good, then unbind your hands and just allow your hips to come all the way towards the mat. Everybody's shaped differently, so may not feel good in some bodies, and that is perfectly fine. Alrighty, take a big breath or two as you rest. We're going to do bridge pose one more time. If full wheel Urdhva Dhanurasana is in your practice, feel free to go there. If you're loving bridge pose right now, you're going to stay with me in bridge pose. So whenever your next inhale arises, press through the heels, lift the hips on up. Pause once they're lifted. We'll be here for about 5 or 6 more breaths.
So your choice, hands can be flat down on the mat, or if your hands are bound, you're pressing the outsides of the hands down into the ground, inch the shoulders towards each other, knees energetically squeeze towards each other. Couple more big breaths, you got it. Can you lift up any higher? 2 more big breaths. 1 more big breath. Alrighty, on your exhale, release the hands if they're bound and slowly lower yourself all the way down. We'll rest for a couple moments, your choice. Either step the feet out wide and allow the knees to come in and rest against each other, or if it feels better, maybe you step the feet in close and allow the knees to go towards butterfly legs, Baddha Konasana. So just whatever feels more relieving for your low back right now, go there. Gently close those eyes if that feels good. Begin to wind down. Take some big breaths. We're going to move into a couple shoulder stretches just to relieve the shoulders after all the work we did today. So your choice. You can keep the legs exactly as they are. You can straighten them out. Just find what feels good for you. We're just going to be working into the shoulders for a couple moments. Whenever your next inhale arises, lift the hands up towards the ceiling and then place them on the ground, palms face up by your head. And then grasp your left hand around the right wrist, just like we did at the beginning of practice. We're going to pull the body all on over toward the left-hand side, coming into like a half moon shape with the torso. So you may need to inch the shoulder blades toward the left-hand side here, but keep the shoulders and arms relaxed into the mat, just a gentle side stretch, kind of banana shape with the upper body. Breathe into the right side. Couple more big breaths. Stay with what you feel. Big breaths. On your next inhale, gently come back to center, switch your grip, and then exhale, peel on over toward the right-hand side. So again, just kind of like banana shape in the top half of the body, gently pulling that left wrist over toward the right-hand side. Keep the arms and shoulders relaxed down towards the mat. Relax the back of your head. Breathe to the left shoulder blade, the left side body. Relax your jaw. 2 more big breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Inhale, come on back to center. And then exhale, we're going to bring the right hand across the body on the front of the body. And then you're going to grab a hold of the forearm somewhere with that left hand. So we're just coming into a nice stretch, bringing the arm across the chest. As you're here, so that right palm's going to face down, allow your right shoulder blade to relax and fall heavy towards the ground beneath you rather than lifting up and trying to touch the ground with your right hand. Again, if you need to peek at the screen to look at me, feel free to do so. Breathe steadily here. Let's take 1 more big breath on this side. And then we'll switch it on over to the other side. So inhale, right hand comes up. Exhale, left arm now across the chest, and then just gently like a weight on the outside of that left arm, place the right hand somewhere on the forearm. Allow that left shoulder blade to melt towards the ground as you just gently work that right hand down on that left forearm. Couple more big breaths here, relax the jaw. Let's take 1 more big breath. Inhale, come back up to center, and then exhale. On your next inhale, same thing like we just did. Lift the hands up overhead, outside edges of the arms, place on the ground ahead of you. Palms face up towards the ceiling. So we're just essentially long arms, palms face up. So we're going to do a version of that stretch we did with like the elbow bent and the hand behind the head. So from here, bend your right elbow at a 90-degree angle. The right hand's going to be by the left corner of your mat, and then with your left hand, grab a hold of your right elbow. So essentially your left hand, or your right hand's going to be under your left elbow, if that makes sense. All right, pause here. If this feels like enough for you, you're going to stay here, or like we just did in those first set of stretches, on your next exhale, banana the body, so kind of curve the upper body toward the left corner of your mat. So again, just to explain this, your left hand is grasping around your right elbow, and then your right hand is under your left forearm or left elbow. Relax those shoulders down towards the mat as much as you can. Breathe to the right shoulder. On your next inhale, come back up to center. So switch now. So bend that left elbow, left arm's on the ground in a 90-degree angle. Right hand grasp around the left elbow. The left hand's under the right arm. And then peel on over toward that right hand side. Maybe you give a little extra pull to the left elbow to really feel a nice stretch in the left shoulder. Couple big breaths here. Breathe deeply. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath. One more big breath. Beautiful job. Inhale, come back to center, and then exhale, hug the knees in towards you. So wrap your arms around the legs, knees come in towards the chest, Apanasana. Maybe you add a gentle rock side to side, pressing the low back into the mat. Maybe you allow the ears to drop side to side, relaxing the back of the neck. Now your choice, if there's any last stretches or postures that you'd like to take before Shavasana, feel free to do so. Maybe you add in a happy baby, or maybe you cradle the head in the hands, add a little neck stretch, bringing the chin in towards the chest. Just find what feels good for you before Shavasana, and once you are ready, we'll eventually meet up laying flat on the mat with the limbs extended. So again, take your time. Find what feels good and allow yourself to go there. Whenever you're ready for Shavasana, again, we'll meet up just resting on our back bodies. If you're still flowing, please feel free to do so and only meet up when you're ready. If you are in Shavasana, the final resting pose, gently draw your eyes closed and begin to invite in a soft, easy, relaxed nature to your mind, to your body, to the space all around and within you. Begin to relax your body even further, starting by softening the top of the head. Relax your forehead, the eyebrows, and the eyes. Soften the temples, the cheekbones. Relax the jaw. Soften your lips and your teeth, allowing the tongue to float away from the roof of the mouth. Relax the ears, the back of the head, and the scalp. Relax your neck, the back, the sides, and the front as the throat opens. Melt those shoulder blades down towards the ground beneath you as you send a wave of relaxation down the arms and out the fingertips, softening as it passes. Relax your chest, the rib cage, the belly. Melt the back body down towards the ground beneath you. Soften your glutes, the hips, the pelvic area. Relax the upper legs and the knees. Soften the lower legs and the ankles. Relax the tops of your feet, the bottom, and soften every toe. Notice if you're holding on anywhere else in your body, and just let go. Melt your body down completely. Allow this state of relaxation and ease to translate to your mind. Relaxing the mind as though it's a muscle itself, softening it, letting it melt and fade away. For the next couple of moments, just let yourself be in this state. With every breath your body takes, drift off further and further into this state of softness, relaxation, and ease. Only when you feel ready, gently begin to invite the awareness back into your body. Maybe you begin to introduce small wiggles to the toes, the fingers, the wrists and ankles. Once you feel ready to move your body, gently roll over to either side and pause there to rest in a fetal position. Again, take all the time you need. Eventually, gently make your way all the way up towards seated, keeping the eyes softly closed as you move. We'll eventually meet up in a comfortable seat, palms touching at heart center and the eyes softly closed. Again, take all the time you need. Once you arrive in your comfortable seat, take a couple moments to observe your internal landscape. Draw your awareness to your mind, your head space. Notice how it feels. What word describes the state of your mind right now? Draw your awareness to your body. Notice how it feels. What word describes your body right now? Gently tune into your emotional well-being. What emotion do you feel in this moment? And just notice, observe, and let it be. And take a moment to reconnect with your dedication from the beginning of class.
Imagine sending this beautiful state to whatever you dedicated your class, your practice to today. And give yourself a big, beautiful smile and really thank yourself for showing up here today, for dedicating your time to your health, your life, your well-being. And thank you so very much for sharing your beautiful practice with me and everybody else here who joined in. The light in me truly honors the light in you. Namaste.